Right then, this is now my Shakur Stevenson versus Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield fight prediction and preview now for you guys. And yes, this of course goes down on the Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol 2 undercard. And this is for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. Yeah, let's get right into this one then. So there's loads of people saying, oh, Shakur Stevenson's going to win every single round in this fight. It's going to be really, really, really boring to watch. And yes, the majority of Shakur Stevenson's fights are bloody painful to sit through. During the Artem Hatatunian fight, I was basically falling asleep on stream while I was trying to watch that fight. Like, you know, it was a long night, and Shakur Stevenson literally finished me, if I'm being honest. But yeah, being non-biased here, I think that this is an interesting fight, and I think Kid Austin has a better chance to win than a lot of people think. Am I picking Floyd Schofield to win? No, I'm not. I think Shakur Stevenson will win the fight. I think he's too defensively minded. I just feel like he's ridiculously good defensively. He's got very, very, very good defense, and that's something that they don't give him enough credit for. People don't. His offense, on the other hand, it's ridiculously low output. That's what I will put it as. He's got very, very, very ridiculously low output with his offense, and that is something that needs to improve if Shakur wants to be more convincing. But I think he's going to be difficult to hit. But again, he has got some sharp single counter shots, which the judges like. With Kid Austin, I think that he's got a good chance of winning this fight, and he can make it close. I think Shakur Stevenson will win via decision. Surprise, surprise. But I think Kid Austin will make it close. I reckon it'll be like 116, 112, 115, 113. It'll be a close decision. And I think this because Schofield has got very good offense. Like, he has got ridiculously good volume. He throws a lot of bloody punches per round. He throws 50 to 70 punches per round. He throws a lot, Kid Austin. He's got very, very, very high and good work rate. And his work's effective. It shows in his fights. But in that, Rene Giron fight, he got dropped in it. It might have been a bit of a footwork issue. But again, I just feel like at times Kid Austin can be open for the odd counter here and there. And we do know Shakur Stevenson likes his counters. I'm not saying Shakur's going to drop Kid Austin. I don't think he will. But he is good. But, Shakur is good at finding openings. He's difficult to hit, and he can come in with counters, and he's good at being able to frustrate you with, as boring as he is, he can frustrate you. He's difficult to hit. He is decent at being able to shut down your offense because he's so difficult to hit. So he is, even though he isn't really doing lows all the time, Shakur Stevenson, offensively, he is still always making you think because, the threats of the counters are always there. So that's going to be something. But I want to see Kid Austin not really care about that, though. I want to see Kid Austin, go all out, leave it all in there. I think for Kid Austin, he needs to go in there, try and rough Shakur up quite a bit, try and get as close as he can, rough him up, get into those clinches, make it messy. It's not going to be the most entertaining fight in the world, but it will be close. That's what I think. And there'll be people out there saying, oh, Kid Austin won the fight. But I think, the majority of people who know will know that Shakur won the fight. But there'll be people out there saying Kid Austin won because the agenda against Shakur. I might be one of those people. I don't know, but I'm going to be non-biased when I score it. But yeah, I do think, it is very understandable no one really likes the style of Shakur. And, people will be like, but it's the sweet science. I just feel like, there's elements of the sweet science in Shakur's game, but he's ridiculously frustrating to watch. He don't really do anything. That's the thing. You don't really ever see Shakur Stevenson throw lots of big combination punches. Like, you just don't see it. Shakur Stevenson's throwing like 1 or 2 punch combos, or he's just sticking like 2 punch combos at the most, or he's just sticking to his smart single shots, which he is good at because he is accurate with his single shots that he does throw. But again, there's not really a load of power behind them. But again, Shakur just likes placing his shots in the right place and being accurate. He's not overly asked about power. But yeah, I think for Kid Austin to win, he needs to be throwing a lot per round. And I think Kid Austin, like, it doesn't really matter if he's missing a shot. Just be as active as he can be. That's what I think Schofield needs to do. Just be active. Like, even if you're swinging and missing, be as active as possible. Like, I think Kid Austin's got a gas tank. His punch volume doesn't really decrease as the fight goes on. Like, it stays the same. So that's a positive going into the fight. Keep it that way. You don't always need to be landing. Eventually, when you're coming in, throwing, you'll eventually close the gap and it'll get a bit of success here and there. But he will also walk onto counters, though. That is the thing. He'll walk onto counters. He'll get success, but you never know. Could get caught on the way out with a stupid shot, which you don't want to get hit with. And that kind of ruins the momentum of Kid Austin for a bit. Then he starts thinking again, comes in, lands some decent shots to the body or something, gets caught with 1 or 2 on the way out by Shakur. And Shakur's going to end up getting the better of these exchanges. And that's what's going to favor the judges. I think Shakur will probably be more clean. And I do think Kid Austin is good at being able to keep his composure when he's in there. And, he's not really known for getting all really messy. But I think, you see fighters who do go up against Shakur and they do look messy. Conceição looked a bit messy when he fought Shakur. Valdez looked a bit messy when he fought him. Edwin De Los Santos did nothing in the fight. Arsen Hartatuni did nothing in the fight. So when Shakur's fighting these guys, they're either pretty messy with their work or they're just doing nothing because they just don't want to get caught with the counters. But again, though, I think it could be a matter of Shakur Stevenson being able to make a lot of these guys look messy with their offense, though. So I do think, people need to prepare for that. If Kid Austin is really trying to be aggressive and throw a lot, which I think he will try to, especially early on. But you never know, as the fight goes on, he might just, be even more and more wary of the counters because he keeps getting caught with them. I don't know, but I think it's going to be a close fight. I think Kid Austin will get success. I want to see some decent headhunting from Kid Austin as well. Shakur don't really mix up to the body too much. I think he's got an all right jab to the body, but I think Shakur needs to mix in some decent body work here. But yeah, it's interesting. I feel like Kid Austin needs to do a bit of headhunting here. Try and test the chin of Shakur. Shakur Stevenson's chin's been tested a little bit. He's never been hit with any massive shot, though, which has had him stumbling. That's the thing. And I think if there is someone who could do that, it could be Kid Austin. Because Kid Austin is very fast, though. And it is speed versus speed, if you think about it, though. Because both guys are very quick. I think Kid Austin's very quick on the offensive side of things. Shakur's very quick with his counters. And, both guys are smart with what they do. So, again, that makes things interesting. Like, Shakur Stevenson, not Shakur. Kid Austin isn't, Arsen Hartatuni. Like, he's not. Kid Austin's not Edwin De Los Santos. Kid Austin's not Oscar Valdez. Kid Austin's better than all these guys, in my opinion. He's not Jamel Herring. Like, I think Kid Austin's better than all these guys. I think he's very underrated. And I think a lot of people are, criticizing him too much because he got dropped by Rene Giron. But again, other than that, though, where's he really gone wrong in his career? Shakur's got a miles better resume than what Kid Austin does. And I also don't think Shakur gets enough credit for his resume. He's actually got a pretty good resume, Shakur Stevenson. But yeah, I think Kid Austin's done what he's had to do to be able to get into contention for this title shot against Shakur. But yeah, is it his time just yet, though? I don't think so. I think experience could play a little bit of a part in this fight. That's the thing as well. Experience at the high level will play a part in this fight. I feel like if I think if Kid Austin had a fight against someone like Oscar Valdez or someone like, Edwin De Los Santos before coming into this fight, for example, then I fancy his chances a lot better. He has got a chance, as I've been saying now the whole video. He's got a great chance of winning Floyd Schofield. But I think if he had a bigger fight before this fight, I potentially favor him to actually win. But as we're not fully, and he looked all right, and he looked good in that fight as well. in a big fight before this. But as that hasn't happened, I don't think I can favour Kid Austin and put my full faith in him to win this fight. I'm fully behind him. I want him to win. But no, I think Shakur's going to win. I think his experience is going to show as the fight goes on. I think his counters are only going to get better and better. And I think he will end up frustrating Schofield a bit, but Schofield's going to get success. And we're going to see what Shakur's really made of in this fight. That's what I think, though. I think Kid Austin's going to catch him with some big ones. And I do think Shakur will take them. But you never know. There could be a chance in this fight, though, where Kid Austin does have Shakur hurt. And who knows how, Shakur will respond to that, though. That is the thing. But as we go on, I think Shakur Stevenson's going to nick a decision. I think his counters will be too much on point in the end. He'll be able to set. I think, both guys are going to be setting good traps. That is what we do know. Both guys can set traps. But I think the experience of Shakur, the IQ of Shakur, I think that as of now is slightly better than what Kid Austin's got. So, yeah, that's my opinion. I think Shakur's going to win a close decision, like 116, 112 on two scorecards, 115, 113 on the other. That's what I think. Anyway, Shakur Stevenson win a unanimous decision, but Kid Austin has a chance. Don't rule the guy out. Thanks for watching.